Okay, so we're gonna try this again. I just made a Viper video and I only recorded like half the video, so I'm gonna try this again. So I'll show you guys some of the things that nobody ever talks about in these review videos that they do. I fly this first of all on SMC packs. I think they got the best punch and most reliability. This one's a 3800. Right now I have a 4400 in there, but this is one of the high voltage packs. And I set my timer the same as I do this one, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. And they both come down at like 377, 376, and I like to fly hard. The flight I just did, which you can't see, it didn't record, I flew moderate and I landed with this 3800. I flew moderate and landed with like 383 on the cells. So hopefully this video keeps going. So some things I want to talk about is the landing gear. The landing gear on this thing is pretty damn good. The only reason why you might not think they're good is because you smash it into the ground too much. This jet takes a minute, or it takes some practice to figure out how to land it. And I could save you a world of trouble by just telling you, kill the throttle and just glide it in. Just give it bumps of throttle to keep it in the air, just little bumps, and just let it glide until it touches down. That's the best way to land this thing. If you try to land under throttle, you're gonna bounce. So when you bounce, what happens? This strut bends. You have to bend it back. After you bend it back so many times, there's a little E-clip in the servo housing that can pop off, that holds the strut up into the servo. That happened to me at the flying field, and I landed and my steering wheel was all wonky, and I'm like, what the heck? And I didn't even know, and my front landing gear just fell right out. I was like, what the heck? So yeah, if you have to bend the strut too much, just keep in mind that pull on it too to make sure it stays in there, because if that E-clip pops out, then you could lose your strut in flight. But I don't want to take anything away from this landing gear because it's really good. Nice give. I put Dubro low bounce tires on it, 2-inch. This plane loves weight. The heavier it is, the better it flies, it seems. What else? These tires really quiet it up on the pavement, and you could feel it in the sticks, how it just feels so much better than just like bouncing all over the place and stuff. I don't remember what the original tires were like, because this flight will be my 39th flight on this jet. So with the landing gear and the receiver, a lot of people like to put, like, say, an 8-channel receiver in this and separate your landing gear from your rudder. You don't need to do that on this plane. 6-channel receiver, which I have right there. I got an AR630 in there, and my Afterburner plugged in, my 5280 Afterburner. 6-channel receiver for this plane is fine. And the reason why I say that is because, yeah, on some planes, yeah, I do like having my front landing gear separate. Let me try to flip this over. So that way I could trim the landing gear without affecting the rudder. But what I want to show you in here is you don't need to do that with this. 6-channel's fine. All you have to do is you got your tool, and in this hole, you put your wrench through the hole down to the nut, and this rod will adjust your steering. So if your rudder and your steering aren't tracking the same, just unloosen the nut and adjust your steering, tighten it back up, and your steering's adjusted. You don't have to break the rudder loose, try to adjust the rudder once you got the steering straight and all that. So that's a plus. And another thing is the servo. You see all the glue around my servo? I glued the heck out of that servo, because if you bounce this, what's gonna happen is that rod, the pressure from the bounce, the rod is gonna push back on this servo, and it's gonna start working that servo loose in the foam. Once that servo comes loose, when you go to retract your gear, it's not gonna go all the way up. It's gonna start hanging like about right here. And it's just because that servo came loose. So I glued the crap out of it down there, and I don't know if I can ever get it out again. I'll have to do some serious cutting if it ever goes out. But come on, flip. And then on the top side, yep, see, I glued the crap out of it. So, and I've had no landing gear issues since, and plus I learned how to land it. I'm gonna take it up. I'm gonna do I'll do some touch and goes for you. I wanted to really go hard on this pack, but a little dent there. But I'll take it easy. I'll show some touch and goes and how to land it. And another thing too is, when I got this plane, no matter where I put the battery, I could put the battery all the way back, I could put the battery all the way forward. On the 3300s, I've moved them up, but on the 4000s, this is where I put them. But I've tried sliding it back and everything, and no matter what, this plane wants to pitch up when you're flying, trying to get it to fly level. It keeps wanting to pitch up. So I had to put some down elevator, and it looks like, I never measured it, but it looks like maybe 2 or 3 centimeters or millimeters of down elevator. And I was thinking about stuffing a little bit of nose weight in here to bring this back up, but I don't think that little bit of down elevator is really creating any drag, so I'm gonna leave it. The flaps on this plane will drop a wing. It will drop a wing on you very easily if you are half throttle or below going into your turns for like your approaches. It will drop a wing. In my last video, it dropped one on me, and I had to flip it into safe real quick because it goes into a vicious, like, downward crazy kind of spiral that no matter what, you can't get out of it. Once it goes into it, like, you just got to recognize it, and hopefully you have safe. Flip it in safe and get back on the throttle, and safe will pull you out of it. But yeah, it will drop a wing on you very easy. This plane likes to go fast and stay fast. The only time it goes slow is when you're landing, and just make sure you have your wings level if you're gonna fly it slow. If you're in any type of turn, you better be ready on the throttle, because as soon as it goes, it goes. What else? Oh, let me show you the flaps. The regular setup on the flaps, they give you about half at 0, and then barn doors at 100. I do not fly with barn doors. I wouldn't recommend it either, because once this plane gets too slow, it's gonna drop a wing. And it doesn't need much, especially for takeoff. Let's see, here is my takeoff flaps. And landing flaps.
Landing flaps.
That's all I use. That right there, my landing flaps, that's probably around the that's probably around the takeoff position that the book's gonna set you up with, or the way the plane comes. So that would probably be your takeoff position, but I use that as my landing, and my takeoff is like that. So, and it slows down fine with the flaps like that. You don't need barn doors, because I'm telling you, you get it too slow, it's gonna drop. It'll just flip over a wing and smash into the ground. So we got some wind today, and fly into the wind. That's all I can say. I love the wind. A lot of people always freak out about the wind. Oh, it's too windy, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. Just fly into it. Use the wind to your advantage. Okay. Alright, so hopefully this video does not cut out. Say hi, puppy. Puppy. I'll show you. Let's see if we got the Afterburner hooked up. Give a little Afterburner boost. Yep, Afterburner's on. Alright, well, I put this phone on my head. Hopefully it stays recording. Okay, let's do it again. Rates on this plane, I fly it on medium, but with flying on medium rates, if you use my setup, be cautious. Don't try high approaches for landing, because by the time you get to the ground, you're not going to have any elevator left. Start your approaches at like a nice medium level in the sky, so by the time you get to the ground, you still have elevator left. Or just switch it into high rates. Give you a little bit more elevator. Let's see, rates. On my medium rates, I fly this at 80-40 on the aileron, 80-30 on the elevator, and 80-20 on the rudder. And then on high
rates,
we're 90-40 on the wings, 90-30 on the elevator, and 130 on the rudder. But I don't hardly ever fly it on high. I just keep it in mid. Works good. Timer set for 330. That'll bring you down on a 4,000 pack. That'll bring you down, well, like I said, I like to fly hard, but that'll bring you down at like 377, 376 per cell. The wind keeps changing directions on me. Let's get her up there, and I'll do a couple of slow passes, try to show you the Afterburner, and I'll do some touch and goes, show you how to land this thing. Go half flaps, and let's get her up. Flaps up, gears up. I got my AS3X knob turned 3/4. It's the regular setup that comes in the receiver. I didn't change anything, but I run it at about 3/4. With this wind today, I think I'm gonna crank it all the way up. Yeah, I'll crank her up. Get out of the sun. Bring her down low. See if we can get Afterburner. There she is. Coming in hot. All right, let's do some landings. Drop the flaps. Keeping it at medium throttle. Drop the gear. See, all 3 gear came down. I am half throttle. Losing orientation. There we go. Okay. Killed it in the turn. Oh. We're going the wrong way. Safe.
Mode.
Bring it back over here. Whew. Damn. Almost lost it. Got too far away from me.
AS3X mode.
Still down. There's still full flaps. Alright, putting it in the turn, kill it. Just gliding, riding the wind. Keep the wings level. Riding the wind. Give it a little bit of gas. Flare, 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 flare. And she's down. Hopefully we got that. I'll do it again. Alright, nice height. Don't want to get too high.
20 seconds.
Take her out there a ways. Going into the turn. Kill the throttle. Keep the wings level. Ride the wind. Boost the throttle just a little bit, just to get it closer. Ride the wind. Flare, 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 flare. Easy. Do it one more time. And this is with the full flap setting that I showed you. Just make sure you get her out there a little ways. Alright, now we're up kind of high. There we go. Get low. Keep the wings level. Give her a little boost. The throttle to get closer to you. Don't take much, just a little bit. Flare, flare, flare. Ooh, a little bit of bounce. That's okay. I was pulling too hard on the elevator. But if this video recorded, I hope hopefully that helps anyone out that's new to the Viper. Once you get the hang of it, you will love this jet. Love it. It's badass. And especially with the Afterburner, people see that Afterburner. I lined the inside up too with reflective tape that you use for doing ductwork. I've flown this plane almost at dark before, and oh, holy cow, is it bright back there. It looks like a star. But I am 1 minute, about 1:30 over on my timer. So we'll check the voltage. on the pack and see what that come out to. Hopefully this thing's still recording. What do you think, buddy? Are you cold? Are you cold? Alright, we're still recording. So let's get our pack voltage without shutting off the camera. You know what? I'll leave the camera on because I can't do this with one hand. I knew I should have brought more batteries for this plane because I love flying this thing. Oh, and plug in your Afterburner before you plug in your battery, because I got a spark one time and then my Afterburner wasn't working right for a while, and I don't know, that day I think that the temperature was really cold, and I think that it had an effect with the Afterburner because it didn't want to work right. But ever since that day, it's been working completely fine. So let's see what our voltage is. That was 1 minute and 30 over, but didn't really fly her too hard. Let's see, 382, 379, 379. 38, 381, 378. Yeah, we got more time. I think I'm gonna take it back up, do a couple more circuits. What do you say, buddy? Take her up again? Flaps up, gear up. Alright. Now we'll bring her down.
Landing flaps.
Flaps down. Gears down. Kill it in the turn. Well, at the end of the turn. Just a little bit of throttle. Just gliding. Kill the throttle. A little bit. Glide, 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 flare. Yeah. This thing is super sweet.
Flaps up.
No Afterburner, I unplugged it. And that's without safe. See?
Safe mode. AS3X mode.
Yeah, so no safe. But I'll tell you what, safe will save you. If you get this thing to drop a wing, because there ain't no coming out of it, safe will save you. So there is no shame in having safe on your plane. Well, hopefully this video helps you guys, and if you like, hit the like button on my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you.